Hi, how's it going? Today I'm going to give you my 3-month postpartum update. So I'm going to just give you a quick update of how we're getting on, myself and my baby who is now 3 months old. And yeah, it's just a nice way of sharing all that and for me to be able to look back on it as well, because these tiny precious baby moments fly by so quickly, and I know that as a mother of 3. This is basically the 4th trimester where the baby is still so dependent on me for everything and doesn't see me as separate to him. So I'm very happy to give him my everything, and that can be quite difficult on your first. I found it anyway. It's quite overwhelming when somebody needs you so much and you're kind of no longer your own person. You're constantly thinking about your baby and wanting them to be close to you, and yeah, it's just a whole myriad of different emotions and feelings. But for me this time around, I've just kind of relaxed into it a lot. However, I have been solo parenting quite a bit, as well as my husband has been working away, and that is tough. We attachment parent, so he is with me all the time. I haven't left him anywhere for any amount of time, maybe in a different room in the house with his dad, but that is it. And I'm very happy to have it like that. I don't want to be away from him at all. He co-sleeps with me or us. He is wrapped in the sling an awful lot of the day, especially when he just wants up for a nap or just a cuddle or to be fed, because I feed him in the sling as well. And we're breastfeeding. So a lot of this update will have elements of attachment parenting in it. Okay, so firstly I'm going to talk about my energy. I felt really good. Obviously I've had very sleepless nights sometimes. Sometimes the issue is that I don't go to bed early enough, and then I'm wrecked the next morning, because Saul likes to wake up at about 6 a.m. and do a big poo. I change him and he'll sometimes fall asleep for a little bit, but mostly he's awake then for the morning, and so am I. So my issue is sometimes going to bed on time, which by that I mean by about 10 to get a good night's sleep, because obviously he's sleeping beside me, so he wakes, I wake, he feeds, we go back to sleep. And I think as long as I can catch up maybe with a nap, or I'm really good to myself the next day, just have a really easy day, then that makes a difference. But ultimately, if I get a good night's sleep, then I'm in a better mood and I'm more available to my children in general. Yeah, sleep is huge at this time, 3 months postpartum. It's before the sleep regression of 4 months, which I know is to come. It really hit me with my second. On my first, it was more at around 6 months. But anyway, I know it will come and he'll be more wakeful. So I'm trying to enjoy the time now where he's sleeping a lot at night. Otherwise, I've been out walking about twice a week for a good power walk, for a good hour with him in the buggy when my daughter's in school and my son is in play school, and it is amazing. The fresh air, the sunshine, or the wind, feeling, on the go, active, sweating. It just feels really good. I just feel so good after having exercised. I try to do yoga every night when all the kids are asleep, and it is fantastic. I sometimes just do 2 sun salutations and a couple of pelvic floor exercises and lower abdominal. For me, yoga is a huge part of my life, and it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel relaxed. It's good for my joints. I know all the benefits of it. And at this time, it's a really, really important thing for me to do, especially because I'm wearing my baby so much, carrying him, feeding him. I need to stretch my back. It's so hugely important. I do try to do yoga every night before I go to bed. Sometimes it'll be 15 minutes, sometimes it'll be 2 minutes if my baby decides to wake up, but whatever it is, I just try to do it, and I definitely feel better for it. Over the last few weeks, I have been dealing with huge hair loss. It's absolutely ridiculous the amount of hair that I'm losing in the shower. I just wash my hair once a week. I follow the curly girl method. If you don't know what it is and you have wavy or frizzy or kind of half curly hair, look it up. It is a life changer. Because I'm wearing my baby in the sling so much, I'm just putting my hair up every day. Today is unusual. The amount of hair that comes out of my head is just, it's unreal. I sometimes look at it and go, oh my God, how do I have any hair left? And I know that's normal. you don't have any hair loss. Like hair loss every month is normal, but because during pregnancy you don't have any, then afterwards, in the postpartum period, it falls out, in bucket loads. It's fine. I have quite thick hair. I have a lot of hair, so no one else notices. I don't really notice it like from day to day, but it's just in the shower. It's a bit freaky. Breastfeeding wise, I am obviously breastfeeding my 3-month-old. I breastfed my other 2 children until well into toddlerhood, and it is going really well. I kind of feel around this time breastfeeding tends to get easier. Any little, obstacles or concerns or issues that I had, they've kind of almost disappeared. Like my baby just latches on when he's hungry. I can tell when he's fussy, when he wants to nurse. It's all led by him. It's baby led, and that's great. That's what I want. I don't ever look at the clock. I don't know how many times a day or night he feeds, but I know he gets enough because I know by his nappies and I know by his form. I know he's growing, he's putting on weight. So yeah, breastfeeding is going well. Now, I did about 3 weeks ago get a bout of mastitis. It's not the first time I've had it. I had it also after my second child. Like I caught it quite early, I guess because I know what the symptoms are. I had worn a bra that I had never worn before, very stupidly, really. I think it was too tight around the band, and I think that caused the black duct. Now, the feeling of it's just the feeling of like really, really, really bad flu-like symptoms where you feel extremely tired, and I had a splitting headache and I just felt wrecked. So the day that I realised what was going on, at about 5 o'clock, I went to bed with my baby. I was lucky my husband was home, I could do that, and I slept for I think an hour, got up. I knew, like, I was a little bit delirious. I knew that I wasn't well, and we had dinner. The kids were, I think my husband put the kids to bed, I can't really remember, but I went back to bed very early, maybe 9 or 10, and just rested, and the next day I rested as well, and I didn't have to take any medication. I was really lucky, but I knew to rest. Like, actually the most important thing to do when you are feeling like you have a blocked duct or mastitis is to go to bed and to feed from the side that is affected by the mastitis. Now, I knew it was mastitis as well because there was a red patch on my breast, and that is a sure sign of it, as well as the flu-like symptoms and a blocked duct. So yeah, that was not pleasant. It is not a nice thing to get. Unfortunately, when you're breastfeeding, you can be prone to it. It's good to look out for it. It's like a warning sign to rest more. Like, you're doing too much. Like, I was doing too much and not resting enough. And, I was glad for that warning. I was glad I caught it early, because if I hadn't have, I would have definitely gone to the GP. Okay, so on to my baby. He is 3 months old now, so he recently had his 3-month developmental check with our public health nurse, and it went really well. He was in great form. We had a great chat about breastfeeding and birth. They were really encouraging and really happy with his progress so far. He's on the 75th centile for weight. He's in the 90 something for like height and head, growth. So yeah, really, really delighted with that. He's alert, aware, he moves his eyes, follows you, we have no worries or concerns. And yeah, it's just nice to get the kind of reassurance of it though. He's becoming so social. He adores his older sister and his older brother. Like, it's really nice to see the relationships developing between them. His older sister in particular, like, she's really good at minding him. She'll hold him and walk around the house. I really leaned on her a lot when my husband was away. She minded the baby when, like, me and my other son were outside, like, feeding the hens or whatever, getting wood in for the fire, like things like that. She was really, really handy for helping me, and it's just nice to give her that little bit of responsibility as well. I think he adores her, like the baby, he just loves her, and he's smiling and laughing now loads. Like, it's just so cute. It's really nice. And sometimes, just this morning, like, I was having a nap with him in the bed, and he woke up and I could tell he just wanted to be around people. He could hear his brother and sister in playing, and so we went in, and it's really nice to see him engaged like that and really wanting to be part of the family and up and, enjoying things with us. So it's really nice. He's so portable. We go everywhere. Like, he comes to the forest, the swimming pool, you know, to school, any outings we do, and yeah, he's great. So that's all I have to comment on at the moment, or all that I can think of. My brain is still a little bit woohoo all over the place, you know, and I think that's normal in postpartum. I am thinking about so many different things, and I have so many people's needs to, you know, meet as well as my own. But all in all, it's going really well, and I think because it's third time around, I'm just so much more relaxed about everything. And I'm like, oh, you did a wee, okay, we'll clean up in a minute. Oh, I've been puked on. Like, it's not going to change if I sit down here and just breathe for a few minutes before I start to clean things up. You know, just, it's all fine. We're all safe and we're all healthy. Like, thankfully, I haven't had to deal with any illnesses yet this winter, like autumn or winter, and all is good. So thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and please subscribe and let me know if there's anything at all that you'd like me to do a video on. I have so many ideas, but just not enough time in the day to do them, but I will try. Thanks a million. Take care and goodbye.